to roll out steps curbing the use of cryptocurrency and ransomware payments. Eamon Javers is here with the details. Eamon?
Kelly, the White House and the Treasury Department are now declining to comment on this Wall Street Journal report from earlier today. What the Journal is reporting here is that the Biden administration, as early as next week, is set to take an array of actions to crack down on cryptocurrency transactions involving ransomware and cyber attacks on American companies. Not at all clear necessarily what that array of actions will include, but part of this, they say, will be sanctions on some of the entities involved. What they would need to do in order to be effective here, the Journal reports, is to target crypto platforms that obscure transactions, those so-called crypto mixers, and also digital wallets that receive ransom payments. It's not entirely clear what the full panoply of options are that the Biden administration is considering, but clearly the cryptocurrency transactions are a key part of the whole engine that runs this ransomware scam that we've seen over the past year or two really just cripple large portions of corporate America. So the Biden administration thinking here, according to the Wall Street Journal, is what you need to do is go after the money. If you can block those payments, then maybe you can do something to disincentivize the ransomware itself and overall protect American companies. We'll see what the Biden administration comes up with. As I say, so far, no comment from the White House or from the Treasury Department on the Journal's reporting.
All right, Eamon, stay right there. Let's bring in Lee Reiners. He's Duke Law School's Global Financial Markets Center Executive Director. Lee, it's great to have you. You've been calling for literally going as far as to ban crypto in order to fight ransomware. What do you think of this approach?
Well, I think this is a welcome development and is long overdue, but let's not fool ourselves that this is going to solve the ransomware plague that has impacted so many small businesses and medium-sized businesses for the last several years in this country. At the end of the day, Kelly, as long as there are crypto exchanges abroad, primarily in Russia and other Eastern European countries, that are willing to convert crypto to fiat currency, we are still going to have a financial incentive for these hackers to engage in ransomware attacks.
Eamon, what would your response to that be? And it's interesting that this story broke today because I was thinking about how quiet it's been on the ransomware front lately. What does that tell you?
Well, it has been quiet on the ransomware front. I've been talking to some experts on why that might be, and they think there might be a general cooling off in the wake of the Colonial Pipeline hack, in which all of this just got too hot for the criminals. So there's some sense here that the criminals are lying low and waiting for the heat to blow over, and there might be some effort here by the Russian government to crack down on some of this, telling these criminals to go to ground for at least a time and let some of the heat blow over here in terms of the international pressure. But look, Lee's point is a good one. The challenge that the Biden administration is going to face here is that most of the activity taking place is offshore, outside U.S. legal jurisdiction. So how do you deal with that? Well, you can impose sanctions, and that's something that we've seen the U.S. Treasury Department do time and again with sort of nefarious actors in other spheres of international relations, going after those assets, trying to freeze them, trying to block their access to the international banking system overall. The U.S. has enormous sway over that. If they can inconvenience those people or freeze them out of the financial system altogether, they might be able to have some impact, but it's going to be tough and it's going to be indirect.
Lee, would you acknowledge that it has been quiet on the ransomware front? Especially, I thought it was notable that Labor Day weekend passed without any major events. After that had previously, Memorial Day, other holidays, we had often seen something big go down. So is there something maybe going on behind the scenes, or maybe these efforts, these overt efforts are also working, and does that tell us that perhaps this kind of influence can have a big impact?
Yeah, I mean, I think it has been quiet, as Eamon alluded to. I think the backlash from the Colonial Pipeline hack, I mean, that's dealing with critical infrastructure. So, of course, that's going to draw a lot of attention. But I've called for, a ban of cryptocurrency simply because the economic cost and national security costs, vastly outweigh whatever marginal benefits. And I'm not even sure, what benefits crypto provides other than an ability to get rich quick. So I've heard from so many businesses, small businesses in this country that have been impacted by, ransomware attacks. They're the real silent majority here. The most vocal proponents in this space are people who have a vested interest. The folks who come on this network every day to pump cryptocurrency have skin in the game. So these are welcome developments. I certainly think that Vladimir Putin is playing a role here. There needs to be international collaboration, though, at the end of the day. Just like banking regulation is only as strong as its weakest link, the same is true for cryptocurrency. And so we need countries like Russia, North Korea, and others to come to the table, and that doesn't appear likely anytime soon.